Hey there everyone, Hitesh here, back again with another video and welcome to another section of the Docker. In case you're watching these videos on YouTube, that means you are just watching it on the line by line, but that's not how I create a course. These courses are divided into separate sections and we are into a new section. So let's get started, and the goal of this section is to learn how we can create our own custom image. Now for this, I'm going to take a little bit more time than usual because anybody can open up a Docker file, can write a few commands and just run it. That's the easy process. But the things become more interesting when you know actually what's going on behind the scene. Under the hood, what's happening up, that's actually make you an amazing programmer. So I'm going to take a little time to explain you that as well. Now, the entire goal of this section is to build a customized image. So far, we have been using the image which are either officially being deployed on the hub.docker.com. So how these images are being created, how these containers are so easily being put up there. I can just download an image, create a container, and voila, I just run it. So we're going to learn how we can do that in a customized manner. So what we're going to do in this section, we're going to build up a customized image of MongoDB. But before we go ahead and do that, this is an analogy video. In this video, I will explain you whenever you want to install a new software, what goes on and how this is exactly similar of installing a software on a Linux machine, because this is more over a real world. But since we are so much hooked up into the graphical user interface, we rarely see or think about what's going on under the hood. So for that, I have created a diagram again in the amazing software that I'm using for some time now. And again, this is the specific choice of saying that I want you to install the software Postman. Now, it doesn't really matter whether you know what Postman is or what it is. The specific reason for choosing it is because not most people know about it, and that's exactly the goal. Most people shouldn't know about what software we are installing. It can be Postman, it can be Google Chrome, it can be Firefox, or it can be any other software. So just onto a side note, in case you want to know what Postman is a tool which help us to do some backend kind of a testing, API testing and backend work. So that's clear out of the way. Let's go ahead and figure out how do we install a Postman on the system. Now, the very first step that you see here might look a bit obvious to you that, hey, who install an operating system? But since I told you that container is a very fresh segment and it doesn't have anything, you need to install everything on it from the scratch, including the OS. That's a very big and very crucial step. So first and foremost, you install OS. Again, the question is what OS? Feel free to choose any of your own: Windows, Mac, or Linux, Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, Alpine, Arch, whatever you are going to be using, just go ahead and use that. I don't really care in this particular case. Then comes up is install a browser. And you might be saying, why do I need to install a browser? Automatically OS gives one to me. Now that surely might be the case, but in some cases it might not be the case. So you have to manually install it through some way or the other way. Then Google the Postman. Now, since not a lot of people know about the Postman, we're going to do a Googling of the Postman. This is almost like having a repository in the Linux world. I'll explain that in a bit more detail later on, but try to understand Googling the stuff means trying to find out the actual link of the resource, and that's exactly a repository is. I'll come back onto that later on, but right now that is more than enough for us. Then we find the exact link from where I can download the Postman, and I download it. And I start the installation by double clicking on it, or maybe if you're on a Mac, you just drag and drop it. But sometimes, in some cases, there are some additional steps involved. Let's just say for some bizarre reasons. I say that this is not a real case in this case, but let's just assume a special case occurs that you might have seen while installing some of the games as well. That when you try to install a game, sometimes says, hey, I do require a .NET framework, or in order to run this application, I want you to have Python installed. So there are some secondary dependencies that comes up and says, if you want to run this program, you should have this one installed first. So you figure out what are the dependencies and how you can find them. You install those dependencies, and once these dependencies are being installed, then you go back and start the program or try to install the program which you were actually meant to install, in this case the Postman. Then after that, you place a shortcut icon so that you can access it easier. The shortcut icon is almost equivalent to have a default command in the container. Not exactly, but almost very similar kind of stuff that we are having. Once that is being done, that means it's a finish. Now, if I combine all of this step, that means if I can somehow automate all these steps into just one command, that would be like, hey, I can just run this command and this automatically figures out where the postman is, what are the additional softwares are, and it also plays an icon on my screen. So that is a quick analogy of understanding that how we install the software. Exactly same, this analogy will be written into a Docker file or kind of a program that we are going to write in the Docker, and that will do all the installation of MongoDB and configuration and everything for us. So that's it. That's basically how you install a software. Now the big thing is, how do we take these steps and move into the Docker image? So that is going to be a very fun and exciting thing, but we're going to do that in the next video. So that's it for this one. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and let's catch you up in the next video.